Carell picked up a Golden Globe for his starring turn in the US TV sitcom The Office, but it was his role as the 40-year-old virgin that established him as a leading man on the big screen. The funny man went on to star in a string of films and also voiced the wannabe evil genius Gru in the smash hit animated feature Despicable Me.
We are going to steal!
In his latest movie, he takes on the role of the 40-something Cal, whose life falls apart when his wife wants out of their marriage.
I slept with someone.
If you keep talking, I'm going to get out of the car.
I think the fact that I did it, it just shows how broken we are and how much really... Oh my God, Cal!
Please welcome American comedy star Steve Carell.
Thanks.
First of all, you're a lot more handsome in real life.
I don't even know how to take that.
Take it as
That is
harassment.
a compliment and an insult at the same time.
I'm finding you pretty handsome too, quite frankly. Yeah.
And you are all beautiful.
Oh,
Thank you.
and I think you're the bravest man in the world.
Why is that?
Because I had a wax up here once, and for you to do that, and that was for real.
It was for real. You know what? A lot of the women on the set, a lot of the crew members said, don't you want to maybe trim your chest hair a little bit or take some sort of Advil, something to kind of cut the pain in half? And I said, no, I want it to be real. I thought it would be funnier that way if it was more real.
And has it grown back?
It has. It grew back. The first few months were pretty disgusting, and my wife made me wear a T-shirt. For the bulk of it.
Because it itches,
well, because it itches and you get all sorts of ingrown hairs, and it was kind of horrible looking.
Oh, I'm glad you're over that.
It's done. It's done.
This is the scene here from 40-year-old virgin.
Now, is it true, Steve, that
she almost took my nipple off.
It looks like she did. Now, that was from a film from a few years ago, the film that helped make you a household name. Today, you're here to talk about your newest film, Crazy Stupid Love. Now, one of the good things about it for you, Steve, is that you were a producer as well.
That's right.
What was that experience like for you?
Oh, I was able to get in on the ground floor and able to take part in the casting and helping find the directors and sort of shaping the script. So it was nice in that way that, you know, right off the bat, we could sort of get our hands on it and make it the way we wanted it.
Well, I wanted to ask you about the casting because you're opposite Ryan Gosling. He's sort of the A to your B or the yin to your yang. Were you ever afraid that he would steal the film from under your nose?
I think he absolutely steals the film from underneath.
Handsome.
He is so handsome, and you know what? He's the nicest guy in the world. He actually is, and I know that kills you because he is so good looking as well. But no lie, he is such a kind, generous, wonderful guy and really funny. And that's something that was sort of the wild card because he's not known for comedy. You know, he's a very intense dramatic actor, but I knew it, and we met, and I just knew that he would be funny, and he's a great improviser. Excellent.
Steve, your role in the film, though, as well, has a little bit more meatiness to it, to what we've seen in your previous roles. Is that something that we're going to look forward to you seeing more?
I like to think of it as beefcakey-ness. Because as hunky as Ryan is, I try to out-hunk him in this film. It does. It has a little more gravitas to it, I think, than some of the other things I've done. And it's a little more grounded. You know, it's a guy who's on the verge of losing his marriage after all of this time, and what do you do? What do you really do at that point? How do you get back into the dating pool when you've been gone? You've been out of it for so long, and it's a different world out there.
Another theme that's in the movie is soulmates.
Yeah.
Steve, is that something that you believe in as well?
I absolutely believe in soulmates. I received this question a lot in promoting the movie because I've been married for a long time. And apparently in Hollywood, that's sort of an anomaly to have been married for more than 3 weeks. And I do. And people say, well, what's the secret? You know, and I don't think there is a secret. I think I just got lucky. I married the right person. And
I think we've got a photo of you and your beautiful wife, Nancy. You've been married for 16 years.
I have, yeah.
And in the theme of the film Spirit, which is Crazy Stupid Love, have you ever
Look at
done
that lovely photo? I'm married way out of my league.
Have you ever done something stupid for love to impress your wife?
No, the dumbest thing I ever did for love actually was not Nancy, but a girl that I dated in college. I drove 2,000 miles to surprise her, and it turns out by the time I got there, she was already dating somebody else. So that was the longest drive home in history. I know,
music.
sad, right?
Yeah.
And you're so well known for other roles like The Office and Get Smart, which is one of my personal favourites because I was a huge Don Adams fan.
Me too.
But are you missing that kind of ongoing series of The Office?
You know what? I miss the people a lot. It's season 7 was my last season. I guess it's playing here now.
Yeah.
Now, are you saying that's your last season until they come back with a really fabulous offer?
A really juicy offer? No, I just felt like it was the right time, and it was mostly. It really wasn't about the money. It was about spending more time with my wife and my kids because they're little. I have a 7 and a 10-year-old, and I wanted to be able to spend bigger chunks of time and enjoy them while I can.
Steve, I'm always interested when you watch that montage of your career that we played before we introduced you, and I understand you're the youngest of four
boys.
boys.
Yeah.
Did you ever imagine growing up that this would be your life and you would get to this point, you'd be able to look at all these incredible films, you're a person in demand in Hollywood? Was that ever part of the dream?
It was never even part of any sort of dream. I always thought if I could be a working actor, if I could make a living and support a family as an actor, that was it. That was my goal. And all of this came as a complete and utter shock and surprise to me. And my wife and I will sit at home and in our palatial mansion. And we'll say, how did this happen? Beyond that, she also says, how do you get to make out with Anne Hathaway and Juliette Binoche and Marissa Tomei and Julianne Moore, like all of these really beautiful, wonderful leading ladies? Like, I'm supposed to be the wacky neighbor on a sitcom. This is completely surprising.
So she's done the journey with you.
She has.
Your soulmate.
Yeah, absolutely.
So when you were growing up, did you actually want to be a comic actor or did you want to be a serious actor?
I wanted to be a lawyer. That's what I thought. I had no thought of being an actor at all. I thought it was something fun to do, but I didn't think it was actually a career. I felt like my parents had invested so much in my education that I was compelled to pay them back. And I thought, I have to do something legitimate, an actor. I mean, that's like, I'm going to be an astronaut, or and they're
program's finished now. So.
What's that?
Well, if you wanted to be an astronaut, you can't because the program's finished.
That's true. I can't do that anymore either. But it was my parents who gave me the leeway and said, you know what? We want you to be happy. We want you to do what you want to do, and it's your life. So they're the ones who said, you should do it. You should go be an actor and at least try it. So I owe them that.
Personally overjoyed that you do what you do, and you do it fantastically well. Would you please thank the very special guest this morning, Steve Carell. Crazy Stupid Love, saw it last night. It's pretty good. Opens nationally September 29, and great news for everyone in our studio audience. You get an in-season pass to take home with you to see Crazy Stupid Love. Thank you so much, Mr. Carell, for coming on the show this